Welcome back, everybody, to Jack in the Box Models. I'm your host, Jack, and I just wanted to show y'all I did get the Rob Mobile back together, and I wanted to introduce a new member of the family. Where'd you go, Wally? Wally? Where, Wally? Where are you? There's Wally. He's the new member of the family. Say hi to the people, Wally. Ain't he beautiful? Okay, that's enough. That's enough for Wally. Wally's good. He's a protector. A young couple that was homeless came to our church, and our church was helping them out, getting them a place to stay. They didn't have no car. And the motel that they got them didn't allow pets, and they wasn't going to leave the church. The dog couldn't get on. He wasn't allowed on the church van, and they had to find somebody to take him, or the other option is to call animal control, which that usually don't turn out well for the animal. And Jane got to talking to him and said, well, we might can house the dog for you until y'all get established. But she said, I've got to call my husband and make sure it's okay with them. And I don't know, the Lord touched my heart or what, but of course I couldn't say no. And he has worked out so well with us. He's very smart. He's about a little over a year old. Very protective, especially when men come around. He almost gets aggressive, and it's all I can do to calm him down. But we're working with him, getting him to socialize with people better. And we had a dog named Willie. I don't know if I mentioned Willie or not in previous videos, but Willie, he got pretty long in the tooth, and we had to put him to sleep. He had a tumor on his stomach, and the vet said even if you could afford it, he probably wouldn't survive the surgery. And Wally is a spitting image of Willie. When we got Willie, Willie was pretty old and had a hard life. He was a rescue dog. All of our pets are rescue pets, and that's just how it is. I can't see going out and spending money on a specific breed of dog when there's probably one sitting in a kennel somewhere on death row needing a home. It just makes no sense to me. But anyway, to get back to the models, yeah, I had to do a little repair on the Rob Mobile here. It had broke the mirrors off, had to re-glue them on when it took its tumble, and then when I got it back together, it didn't sit right to me. It was sitting too low in the rear, and I had to take it plumb off of its base. In the process, a couple of parts got broke. I had to go in, re-glue some parts on the chassis, under the hood, but she's all good now, and I'm gonna put her back in her case. Let me get another interior look from the passenger side. I really like this interior. It just turned out good, I think. Oh, I left my scanner on. Sorry about the scanner. Got to keep up with what's going on around this rough neighborhood, people. There's that. And then, yeah, Rob would have been proud, but the thing about Rob, he was very good with money. And if he knew how much I spent on this kit, and plus special ordered a special kind of paint for it and all, he'd have been like, ah, man, nah. That's too much. Oh, sorry guys, I got holding my camera. I don't have it on the tripod. Clean that up a little bit. And she'll go back on my stereo speaker I got mounted on the wall in the living room. Now a little update on the SWAT car, my little 75 Nova for the 132nd group build. It's been slow go, guys, you know, with everything that's been going on with me and the process I'm going through to get this car the way I want it. I think I already showed y'all the bare metal foiling I done on it. I'm gonna give her a little spin around here. Now this is what I did with the tail lights. The chrome you see is a little bare metal foil panel on each side, and then I took this real skinny, I think this is like the Tamiya tape or whatever. It's of course I've got the camera zoomed in, but you can see about how thick it is. I used that, and I even had to cut strips down, smaller strips than that, to make a frame for these tail lights. I had to tape off the squares and the elongated squares and the little foil bar in between, and then the backup lights. I came back and painted that in with gloss white. I still haven't got it cleaned up and gloss coated yet. I'm getting real close. I marked off a little spot here on the deck lid or the trunk lid where I'm going to be mounting a scratch built police radio antenna. The door locks, it had little door locks on it, but with all the painting I've had to do, it kind of consumed them, if you will. Now this is bare metal foil here, painted over with the red taillight paint testers. And here's the bare metal foil with the orange turn signal paint. And it's coming along real nicely. I've still got to do some flat black on the inside of the windshield wiper washers, but I'm going to do that after I get gloss coat. And what's going on right here is I took a little piece of bare metal foil and put right there because I'm going to drill a hole in it, and I'm going to make a radio antenna here. And okay, so but I was pretty proud how that turned out, considering it was just me taping it off and, you know, putting a couple of coats of that red tester's stoplight signal light red for the tail lights. I'm going to zoom back out now. Okay, that's as far as it zooms out. That's what I got done on that. And I'm experimenting with something here, guys. I'm going to bounce this off of you and see what you think. But I was thinking about how I could possibly simulate at the top of the windshield, you know how they have that built-in sun visor look, you know, on the windshields. Let me move this out of the way so you can see a little bit better. And I was trying to think of how I could do that. And what I have here is I've started experimenting with the, I found a couple of old blue magic markers over here in my pen vase that I've got on the table. And it's not, they're old magic markers, and it's not really taken to it well. I have polished this clear glass up with Novus. I don't know, that may have something to do with it. But I've got that taped off, and what I'm doing is I'm just going over the inside of the window with coats, but as it dries it seems to want to separate. I wonder, what I thought would be good with the magic marker is it would still be see-through like a real visor strip on a windshield, but I may have to get a newer magic marker. But I was thinking about maybe going with a dark strip across here first, and then bringing my tape line down a little bit further and going with a lighter shade of blue to give it like a actual fade effect like they have. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. I mean, if it just yeah, I don't have an airbrush. I know some of you is going to say, oh, mix up so and so paint and an airbrush and shoot it, but I don't have an airbrush yet, so that's not possible at this point. Okay guys, I'm gonna have to wrap this thing up, but before I do, got some shop card shout outs to do. Here's one. Hang on, let me get a drink of coffee here. Get a little scratchy throated there. That's better. So I got one from my buddy Ryan at RPM Games. I know a lot of you guys know Ryan. As you can see by these builds on this card, Ryan is an exceptional model builder. Up here we have what is that, the George Barris bathtub show rod, or is that a Tom Daniel? I don't remember. I always get those two mixed up. I'm pretty sure this is a custom design here by Ryan. Correct me, Ryan, if I'm wrong. Now this show rod down here, I've never seen this one before, but it looks like it might possibly be a scratch build. I don't know. He's got a toolbox for a air induction system there, and this whole thing looks like a toolbox. And you know, here's a drawer here, here's an open drawer which looks like there's some tools or something laying in it, and that is just, that's awesome. And this black one over here, that definitely looks like a major custom build of I can't tell if that's a Vega or a Chevelle or something like that. But Ryan, thank you very much, brother, for the special message on the back. And you know, I've noticed something in this community. Sometimes, this has been my personal experience, and I'm sure it probably is for some of you others as well, but sometimes you come across a person that just kind of sticks out in the crowd and is really willing to go out of their way to help you when you get in a spot. And I sensed that about Ryan, and you know, he made some, you know, we chatted back and forth, and he made some comments about some things that he was doing with his computer, and you know, stuff he could print off and make for people. And I've got this kit I'm fixing to start, which is my Tom Daniels Vandal. And if you'll remember, back when I did the unboxing of that kit, I was a little distraught because you know, it shows you can apply posters inside the van, and I recently discovered with the original kit you got the posters on the decal sheet. Well, this particular year it was repopped, did not have the posters, so I reached out to Ryan and asked him, you know, I don't have a printer or no ways of making things like that, so I asked him if he would if he could make those posters for me, and he responded and said he would try. You know, he said I'll try it and see what I can come up with. Well, let me tell you, brother Ryan succeeded beautifully. These are on cardstock. These are the original posters that came with the kit, the original kit. And not only did I get one, but I got 2 sets in case I, have a senior moment and mess something up. I've got another set. And I just thought that was awesome of him. That is, people, if there's something you can do for someone that, is not in as good a position as you are, technically, financially, or what have you, if you can help somebody out, this is just a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful thing right here, and I really appreciate you, Ryan. You'll never know how much. So guys, if you don't know Ryan and you hadn't checked out his channel and his builds, please do. Please go and check this man out. He's a wonderful person. He's very helpful. He's got a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, but he's very knowledgeable about video games, doing editing and stuff to help you with your videos. So reach out to old Ryan there and tell him Jack in the Box sent you. And also from Dan the Man, I got my little medallion for participating in the Psychedelic 60s group build, even though I haven't got it finished yet. I'm sorry guys, I'm really lagging behind. As y'all well know, I've had some issues going on, and I've been spending more time on YouTube than I have building, it seems like. But that's all fixing to do a big 180, so I'll tell you a little more about that. So Dan the Man, thank you, sir, for hosting the Psychedelic 60s group build. I've seen some fantastic builds come out of this, and thank you very much, sir, for this medallion. It will be going up on my shop cardboard for all to see, and thank you for the message on the back, brother. Let's see, I have 2 more. And these are from Justin at J Hart Model Works. Justin is a phenomenal model builder. I mean, he's one of the top guys in my book. He does phenomenal work. He's very clean. I wish I could sit and build a model and show you how I do what I do, but it would put you to sleep. Because I what's the word I'm looking for? I am very particular about my builds, and sometimes I may go over one little thing several times just trying to get it right. And this is his original card. He only had a couple left, and then he sent me one, and so that's his original shop card. Here's his new shop card. And for those of you that don't know Justin, he is a very knowledgeable, precise model builder. I've not seen a video of his yet that I did not find educational, informative, entertaining. So if you don't know about Justin and J Hart Model Works, I strongly suggest you go over there and check him out, and tell him the silly hillbilly sent you. Justin, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate the kind words on the backs of your cards. Just to give you a little heads up on the way out the door, I think I showed you the taillights on my Nova. 50-year-old decals, guys. I got them on there. They've not been cleared yet, and I'm fixing to show you why they haven't been cleared yet. While I was working on my decals, I wound up peeling back some of my bare metal foil right here. Oops. And I tried using the aluminum foil because I was out of my bare metal foil. Made the mistake of using some tester's glue on it, the tube glue, yeah, the one everybody hates, and it turned disastrous for me. So now I'm going to have to backpedal, repaint this in. I've got bare metal foil in the mail on the way to me right now. I ordered from Hobby Link. Evidently I bought the cheapest, thinnest stuff that my local Dollar General had. Maybe it wasn't cheap enough, maybe it wasn't thin enough. I know I definitely used the wrong adhesive and too much of it, which caused this disaster. So like I said, you know, 1 step forward, 3 back. Story of my life. That's just how it goes. So I'm about ready to I was watching my counter run down. I was down to like 2 seconds. Oh, and here's my hood too. See, my hood, it boogered up on me, so I'm gonna have to repaint that, you know, one thing after another. But I will get these completed if I don't do anything else, and I'm gonna have to concentrate on spending more time on my builds. I know to some of you guys this is just styrene or whatever, but now the models I've picked out to build, this is not you know, like the Snowball, this is not something you can go down to Hobby Lobby and pick up. It's not something you can go to Ollie's and pick up. They're rare, they're expensive, and I want to get it right. I want to get it at least up to my standards, which is pretty high. So these things take time. I'm not a perfect builder, but I strive for perfection. And I find pleasure in doing so. So, I mean, yeah, I want to see what it looks like when it gets done, but I want to make sure it looks as best as I can possibly get it. So, the next video you'll see from me will be the finished product of the 75 Nova. The one after that will be the finished product of the 66 Mustang. After that, I may do a couple of installments while I'm building the Vandal, but I'm going to have to concentrate more on my builds than worrying about my videos. I love entertaining you people, sharing thoughts and ideas with you, and you guys really mean a lot to me. It means a lot to me to be a part of this community. And you know, it's just it's a thing. It's a part of life. It's a part of my life now. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off and get busy. I got a lot of work to do. And just remember, we're living in dark times, brothers and sisters. Very dark times, maybe even darker than you even know. I mentioned to one of our brothers on here about, you know, what it talks about in the book of Revelations. We're living in the end times, whether you realize it or not, whether you believe it or not. It's fact. And just remember, Jesus loves you. If you have a troubled heart, reach out to him. He wants you to. He loves you. He breathed the breath of life into us. So, with that being said, catch you on the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. And yes, of course, I did forget something. There's a little something extra Ryan throwed in with his shop card and his posters he made for me. Here's these little, they look like little decals, but they stand up off of the paper, and it almost looks like they got a little gold ring around them and very reflective red on the inside. A little extra bag of goodies he sent me. And here's some cross stickers, which I really appreciated. And it looks like he printed these off on the same kind of like cardstock for the posters, used cars, Mercury. What do we got? Here's a Buick, Dodge, Ford, Jaguar. It's like either Pontiac, sales and service, Oldsmobile, Chevrolet, Packard service. That I'm sure I'll find a use for somewhere. It'd be maybe some good little diorama pieces. But yeah, I'm sorry, Ryan, I forgot all about that. He had those. They were they fell off the table and was in the floor at my feet, and I was like, I know I'm forgetting something here. And I was like, oh yeah, my little goodie bag. So I just want to throw this in there. See you guys. Have a great, blessed day. Thank you.